Oh mama, I've been shot. This week we're going to try to formulate and have you to understand all the government programs that has been used up, burned up, abused up. In short, shot. These government programs are no longer being used and they're no longer good for what they're intended for. We will today try to cover healthcare, schooling, policing, parenting, and churching. That sounds like an awful lot, but I promise you this is going to be a series, and next week we're going to do part 2. So with the little time that we have, we're going to try to get into the program this week and get as much in as we possibly can, okay? Here we go. Healthcare. Doctors do not care about you getting better, but they will prescribe a pill for anything that ails you and some of the things that don't. It's all about generating money for the healthcare system. They have a cure, in my opinion, and in my research, for everything under the planet, from AIDS to cancer to sugar diabetes to heart trouble. But if you do not have the money for it, then it is unavailable to you. And when I say you not having the money, most people who can identify with that analysis are black people. You can't even afford to die. You can't afford to go to the proper hospital. You can't afford good health care. Yet, your taxes, your parents' taxes, their taxes pay for whereas every American, rich or poor, black or white, should have good health care. The next thing, policing. The police department is completely out of control. So many policemen are so corrupt that the entire department has gone bad. There are so many things happening to whereas people say the police come on the television and says that they can't find where the drugs are being sold. Meanwhile, they're driving past the drug houses every day. Every day there are brothers standing on the street selling, doing, and proliferating drugs and drug paraphernalia. You can't tell me that it's not being seen by the police. You can't tell me that it's not being noticed by decent people on their way to work, to the store, to drop their children off, or just to visit a relative. They're always out there. You can tell them their pants are sagging. They're always wearing clothes that are 2 or 3 sizes too big than what they actually size are. Policing is a very, very big problem, especially in the black community. We need to address that more. The third one, parenting. Parenting is shot, completely used up, completely abused. When babies started having babies and the government paid them to have more, then the aspect of parenting became shot, used up, abused up, not fixable. We need to go back and reset people's mindset. The young people that are having children look at the children as just commodities. They don't have children in hopes of raising the children to be an upright, upstanding, God-fearing adult. They raise them just for the Social Security number. It's a sad situation, especially in our black community, that we stand and we accept these things. Our government helps us because they pay for people to have more and more and more babies. They don't pay for better education. They don't pay for better health care. They don't pay for better schooling. They just pay so we can have another number on the books so we can also have more money coming into their pockets. The church. Oh, the church. Ooh, mama, I've been shot. The aspect of the church in the beginning was to help people, to help the poor, to help the needy, to help the shed in. And here's something, if you want to get in trouble, be an advocate for the poor. If you want people to turn their backs on you, talk about helping somebody who's in need. If you want someone to close their ears and their eyes to whatever message that you have within your message that we need to help those less fortunate than us. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to help. People don't want to extend their hand. Last night I knew you, tonight I don't. That's the philosophy and the mentality that we have in this country. Black pride has been turned into something that they taught us is less than what it is. We are so fearful of the white man and so hateful of ourselves that we have to get out of the mindset that white is best and black is best. I'm sorry, that white is best and black is less. We must get out of that mindset. That is what we're being taught. That is what's in the schools. Everything that is in the light form, that is in white form, they tell you that is from heaven. It is holy. It is heaven. It is brought down from heaven. It is good. It is bright. It is healthy. I stand to tell you, and you can find this in any research, that it is not true. It is not true that the great people of the Bible, including Jesus, it is not true that they all were pale face and blonde hair. It is not true. They come from a region where everyone has color. Think of that. And we need to understand that until us as black people know who we are, know that we came from kings and queens and not slaves and detritant from the earth. No, the second that we know that, then we begin to teach our children that. The second we instill pride in our children, then they can walk upright and they'll understand that life is the most precious gift that we've been given. And whatever you do, however low you may feel, you are never to control life or to take it. Parenting is very, very important. I'm sorry I'm going back, but parenting is a very important issue here because now we have in a situation where parents are killing their children. Children are killing their parents, and there's no respect for the aspect of parenting or the aspect of life in itself. We need to understand that we need to have a better respect for who we are, why we are here, and our purpose. Part of that purpose is to connect with every other person on the planet through help, through love, through understanding. Back in the day, we really had an understanding of how parenting should be. Now, the recipe for that has been thrown out the window. And with that recipe gone, all we have is what the white man is teaching us. And he's teaching us that beauty is booty. It ain't true. The inside of a person is what's important. The Bible says that God's look on the inside, but man looks on the outside. And we've been taught so to where all we look at is what a person wears, what they drive, where they live, where they work. When that doesn't have anything to do with the character of the person. And the character of the person touches and bends on the soul of that person. And when you get into that sort of talk, no one wants to hear you. No one wants to see you. No one understands you. No one wants to get in conversation with you. But we need to understand this week, if no other time, we need to fall back to an understanding and look at the life around you. Look at the way the children are acting. Look at the way the schools are run. Look at the way the healthcare is run. Try to do something in this government. Do you realize that if you lose your ID, they won't give you ID unless you have ID? That's how backwards the system is. So stop hating yourself. Stop hating your brother. Stop hating your sister. Fall back in love with who you are because it is a powerful substance that once you wake it up in your mind, then you begin to get powerful. You begin to see more powerful and you begin to be in more control through the guidance of the Creator. We will be back next week for another segment on this same subject because we really need to educate ourselves, our children, as to who we are and where we come from. Oh, mama, I've been shot.